That's SEU. I got it. Oh, I don't have the name of the hall, but I have the address. Listen, we sitting here talking. We get so engulfed in talking. I'm not even gonna tell y'all how. Yeah, there was a little pause right there for the last song, but it's all right because just as he said, I think I'm in love. I'm in love with the fact that women are able to get along in the industry and do positive things with each other. And we're back with Lakeisha Walker, Sharon Dell, Ontaria Kim Wilson, Karen Waller Martin. And we were just, just talking about different things that go on in the industry. And I wanted to introduce Yakisha Walker, who is the executive producer of The Real Lives of Philadelphia. And this has been a journey. A journey. I know you had your film premiere
October of 2017.
Yes, it was October 2017. And I'm just going to share with you a couple of ways that Yakisha has been inspirational to me. Is that one? I believe I met you first on the film set. I met her on a film set. I was playing a role. I can't remember my character's name, but it was in the film Young that was being done by Sador Mark Five, and I was playing the girlfriend. I think
You came in there with had the little back dress on.
yeah, I came down here my little back dress on or what have you, and basically Rakisha character is her. She was basically taking over for her dude, and she was ready to chop my head off because
I was like the loud mouth in the club.
because they were
The ghetto.
because we was trying to short film with some loot. So, and I found her character in the film to be very, very strong. Sometimes when you see people on camera and you see this, when I say strong, don't get me wrong, what I mean strong is overwhelming, what I mean by strong. Your character was overwhelming, and sometimes you get the person's character mixed up with the real life
person is really
person.
like that.
So, I was like, oh wow, okay. So, I was like, all right, like she was like kind of like,
It was
okay.
kind of like holding me back. You was
Yeah.
walking up. I was like, come back here, baby.
Yeah, I was like,
a little cousin in here.
all right, but she could be a little rough. Maybe I don't want to talk.
Right, yeah.
That is so true.
So, and then, the cameras went off and we got to talking and we realized that, both of us are in the industry. You were doing a lot of traveling at the time, with your acting career. And I was like, oh, she's really nice, a nice person. And we started to communicate, we started to talk, and she started to share some information with me about different things in the industry, some little tidbits and things. And like I said, everybody has been a part of my journey. And shortly after, I think that's when you started to realize.
I started back up because I was doing it back in 2013. I came up with the concept. I started watching like the Housewives of Atlanta, the Housewives show. I was like, we're not nothing like that. That's not real.
Right.
We're not.
We don't
You
travel.
can pretty much tell like that is kind of fake.
We don't travel to other countries to fight our girlfriends.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't just get together a bunch of girls to team up on one person and you leave that outsider over there instead of making up. And I was just like, okay. So when I started it, I was just like, let me get some of my girlfriends that's married. I was going to be the one that wasn't married. I'm like the one that heals everybody and give them that tough talk because my girlfriends like that. They feel kind of good when I'm like, listen, you better than that. Get them out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I was like their comfort in the beginning. And they were just like, yo, you make me so much. So you gonna film that? That's the only way I can get them to come on set, like to make them stop worrying about their man, come over here and you in a whole different space. So once I started, I got bad spirits around me. I'm just gonna say that. A lot of bad spirits around me. It was just like people coming out the woodworks to be on the show. One person wanted to manage me, one person wanted to do this. Then when they seen that the show could go somewhere, they believed in it, they had potential. They didn't want to manage me no more. They wanted to be on the show. I was just like, This is my dream. I created
Right.
this. I'm a
Yes.
creator. So what do I do next? I didn't have no one there to partner with me. I was all alone by myself, and I'm just letting like 3 people tell me if I don't do this, this not gonna happen. I'm just like, okay.
But you also had a radio show. You was also
Yeah, we was on radio as well after that, and I was just like, I said, you know what, I'm taking a break. I took a break from the reality show, and I started the podcast of the Drive, the Drive radio show. That's what it was, the Drive to Five. And I was just like, somebody came to me was like, listen, you was the one, the girl was doing the reality show. Whatever happened? I was just like, I don't even want to talk about it because it drains you. But people
Yes.
that's not really
People
here
that's
for
draining
you,
you, yeah.
they want to use you
Absolutely.
for your platform. And
Yes.
then when you shut everything down, it's like, no, don't do it, please. We're gonna do this. I'm sorry. That's not the devils.
Yeah.
No, I can't
Yes.
do that.
Yes.
So I left it alone for about a couple years. And then this guy came up to me. He was like the producer of the radio station. He said, I heard about that. We just started talking about reality TV. He's like, if you don't start that show, you're gonna be mad because somebody else is gonna do it. I was just like, yeah, I don't even know where to start at,
Right.
because I was by myself. I don't really know how this production thing works. I didn't know anything about production. I just knew a camera. You start filming, and I was just writing out people's stories of what they was going to do with their husband, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start. So then I called him. I said, listen, you've been in business directing and producing your business for years, over 20 years. Can I trust you to be my producer to produce my show if I started up? He said, well, let me think about it. Let's have a meeting. Took me to Dave and Buster's and was like, order something to eat. I was like, all right, I'm just excited. I got my papers. I'm just like, okay,
Yes.
like, well, so what you think? It's a good concept. I like it. Let me sleep on it.
Yes.
Okay. And it was like a couple days later,
Yes.
he called, was like, all right, I'm gonna help you. I'm not saying I'm gonna produce and direct, but I'm gonna help you.
Yes.
And he laid down on the line everything that was wrong. I was just like,
Isn't that hard? when you
yeah,
first
because
get-
I felt like I did
That is so
everything
hard.
right, and I didn't want nobody to tell me like, this is my dream, this is my vision. You don't see it. Nah, it's just trash. Then he went through the pictures that we took before. He said, trash. Don't put that up. Don't ever let nobody see that y'all took this down. I said, dang, I thought I was doing something. You know that?
Listen, I'm gonna say, like I was saying, that is the hardest thing. I'm just gonna say, I do a lot of things behind the scenes. And I'm just gonna say, have you seen her? I am working through some kinks with some things, and I'm, having some communications in ATL and Los Angeles, and not the film itself. Sometimes it's not even the film itself. It's your package.
It's your
It's
package.
your presentation.
presentation.
It's all that. Your treatment.
Yeah.
Your listen.
So much. It's a lot though. It's a lot that comes with it.
And when you hear and you sitting up and you working and you working hard, your one sheet is trash.
Yeah.
You're like
And
it's
that's
like
the
you're
honest
devastated,
truth.
but the thing is, it's like you're devastated in a certain sense because it's like this is your baby, this is something that you worked on, you worked very hard on, and you did everything that you thought was right. And for someone to tell you that, the thing is that it hurts you when you hear it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it builds you
Absolutely.
Yes.
because the one I'm not gonna say her name, I'm just gonna say MM. She knew who I'm talking about, an ATL. Bottom line is, she told me, she said, listen, I'm gonna share this with you because I know what you have. And I know what you can do with it. But you have to, she said, when I sit you down, you have to be able to deliver it.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean? She said, because, you have to get them to want to even look at the film.
Right.
Because you can't just send somebody a DVD. No longer can
Oh,
you
you
just,
can't.
send somebody a tape and they push play and listen
They
and hear
want
what you
you
have and
face
be
to
like, boom,
face.
I like that. They're not gonna play it and be like, oh, I like that. I wanna see more of that. No.
Yeah.
You have to, how can I say, you have to sell that film on
Yeah.
paper before they even
Yes,
see the
And
that's
film.
see, it's a lot different. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of people that's out there want to do a lot of things. Film, reality, no matter who it is, it's all different brackets for that. I might not get the same information that someone's going to give you for film. mine's going to be totally different. Like when I went to WeTV and I took them my trailer, he sat back and just couldn't believe that these characters are really real. No, everything here that you see that we filmed is real. He said, okay, I like it, but nobody's going to sit here and watch this 6-minute trailer. I was like, what?
Why not?
He said, yeah, I can't take this to the next door. Like, this is somebody who has power. This is somebody who gets your reality show onto the network, where so he gets to say the yes, while he just tell them what I have. You got to put this under 2 minutes. Listen, all that hard is that they don't understand, and I had to tell a lot of people, you don't understand when you're ready to present, because you know it's like you have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to get to that gate for them to open up their door. When I got the opportunity, and I was like, so that's all they saying. So I had to really sleep on it, because I'm thinking that's something bad. Like I sat with my editor for
Like,
hours and days and
what am
no
I
sleep
cutting?
to
Yes.
say 2 minutes
Yes.
and add this and put this in here.
Right.
I said, what? So, and it's like people who's in the industry that's considered celebrities that's on my show, they don't even know who they are. I was like, y'all didn't hear? No, we don't know who this person is. I was kind of shocked. Out of all people, they only knew one person, which was Meek Mill. But everybody else that's like big and popular on Instagram, y'all know? No, we don't care, but put their names. You got no name. And he said, so where's the dialogue? Like, where's your narration? I was like,
Yeah, you definitely have
And
to.
I'm thinking in
You
my
know,
mind,
you think you know who they
Yeah,
are,
no idea.
but you know,
I
even if
just
you
was
probably
so-
gave me your whole list, I probably wouldn't know.
Yep.
I'm like, no, I never heard of
So
that person.
it's
No,
like,
no,
and it's
never
not
heard.
like I can just take that, because I had the whole trailer on my whole big what do you call it?
Website.
It's the that monitor thing. When you save all your footage on there, it's kind of like an external hard drive.
Yeah.
I have everything on there, and I'm like, it's not as easy as they say it is. Put it under 2 minutes. I just
No,
can't
it's
go
not.
in there and take the raw footage, just unedited, and put it down. You
That's
can't.
why editors
I
get
had
paid
to-
so much.
Yeah, I had to
Yes.
re-film
Yes.
all over again. I had to put in scenes that I just was like, wait, and it's crazy because this was back in February. March, April, May, June, July, almost August. I'm just now finishing the trailer on Wednesday.
That's what a lot
I
of
just-
people don't want to do. They don't want to
Just
take the time.
listen.
Sometimes you have to stop,
Yes.
Let me
go
tell
back to
you.
the drawing board.
Yes.
Understand that you might have to table some stuff. Because
Yes,
that's what I did with
absolutely,
Detox
yes.
when I went to LA.
Yes.
I mean, when I tell you I was smacked in the face, it was
Yes.
like,
Oh, yeah.
boo-boo, that can't go out the way that you're
Yes.
trying to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned a whole lot of
Me
lessons through
too.
that process.
And it's so sad because when you have the editor guy there and it's just you, and I said, well, you know what? I'm thinking in my mind, when you really make it and you have these editors, it's more than just one. But when you're working with a budget and your budget ran out, and only thing you could do is buy the person food and
Yes.
save them a couple dollars and
Yes.
give them gas money or whatever, it's just like they get tired too. Like,
Yes, absolutely.
Because
And
I
then,
know all
the end result, your end product is not going to be quality because now they're tired.
And it's
They're
like-
tired of this project.
Because they got a
Right.
they got a life too, and I couldn't
Exactly.
sit back and wait for someone else to come and be like, I gotta pull it up. No, because they're not going to know the storyline behind all of it. So we
Exactly.
really, me and my producer and director really had to take the time out to take the time. It was weeks that we didn't even see the editor guy, and I'm frustrated in the inside, but I'm not showing it. But I'm still be ready, like, okay, I got all these walkie-talkies. I got mics to be mic'd up. I'm just ready to go back out here and film. I don't care what it is, But that's how you feel when that's your dream, you passionate, you ready to start. But I had to really sit down and like, wait a minute, I got this person over here telling me all the right things, we're doing everything, but we got to do this. I'm just like impatient right now. Like I want this so bad, but I had to be like, you know what, God, I have to just put you all up in this. I just leave it alone. Put you all up in it, leave it alone. I'm gonna fall back.
And that's honestly, that's first and foremost, and that's another thing that we all share. We all have that Holy Spirit, and when you have that Holy Spirit,
Have to.
it gives you patience in a way that people that are not believers don't even understand. And
Yeah.
can't
Oh,
even imagine.
I had to hold my tongue several times.
Yes. Can I say that sometimes something happens, we don't know the reason for all the happening, But if you think about a greater power and you think that the reason for this happening could be for something better to happen or as a learning for you, you know, as we go through these processes and go through life, because that's what life is. You know, you get knocked down.
That's true.
And the key to it is when you get knocked down, accept it, realize it, and take that learning and move it to the next.
Learn from it.
Right.
I was always told that because my producer and I work with very spiritual. He sees things that I don't before it even happen.
Yes.
And it's like having that many cast members on set. I said, somebody gonna go. And everybody, it's impossible all of them to be here for this long. You know, and we had people, trust me, talking about us, saying we didn't know what we was doing. We ain't no real production company. We ain't no saying, what have you done? But let alone me, I'm the type of person where if I know something going on, and I guess meeting people outside of who you don't know them, based on who you do know, because they've been with you for so long, that you cast somebody else here, and when they're talking about you, and they think that it's cool to talk about you to the other cast, like the cast member's not gonna come back. I'm not putting he say, she say stuff, but I feel like I can't no longer sit across the table from you because I don't trust you.
Yes.
So I have to let you go.
Yes.
Now, if we could create this where I can add in scenes where I can throw you out,
Yes.
I can call you out on there, because reality TV is real. But I feel like as a black strong woman, I don't even need to go that far. It's
Yeah.
just like I will no longer need your services after this
Yeah.
premiere.
Yeah.
And I had to send emails out to about 3 people. And it was like, you can't never say anything bad about no one because no one ever done anything to you. So whatever money you put in for a trip, you are definitely ain't getting that back.
Yeah.
Because you're not here for the trip. You paid it, the trip is booked, you're no longer here, you have to go. So I think this journey taught me how to listen, how to have more faith in God,
Absolutely.
and how to be able to trust, but still have my little guard up, because when people come to you, that don't mean they coming just for you. It could be to attack somebody on here, and I'm not having that show where you're going to be actually fighting and throwing. We're not doing that.
Right.
Because if nobody don't know about the reality TVs, they make them film them fake fights over and over again, over and over again, and it's sad.
And
it's
that
not
is the
really
number
good.
one reason why I don't watch reality TV.
Well, I hope you watch mine. Because I don't make them
On the drama.
It's funny, I'm sorry. It's funny because I did a play in 2017, and I actually had a reality star who was one of my leads. And so when you see somebody on television and then you see them in their real format, you really get a piece of who they are in both realms. And that's what I dealt with. So that's a tricky thing.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. But I think me being with my cast members, knowing them, I mean, I can honestly say I'm close with probably about 3 other females because they was there from the bottom on up. Like once I had my casting call and revamped the whole show in 2016, they were there. There was no judgment zone. It was nothing. I go out with them. We go have dinner. We all 3 is in the group text. Everybody else, I don't have a problem with nobody else because it's still some people that's new. I love their storyline. This is real. They don't care what they put out or what somebody says. And that's what I like about it because it's real TV. I'm not bringing no garbage or no, oh, this is trash or this person. No, you're going to get real because behind everybody has a story no matter who you are. But it's about you telling it and facing the truth. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I also want to mention this. So I'm going to take it out as a matter of fact. So, Yapisha and I became friends on Facebook, and like I said, she was a part of Young, and we did promo pics and everything for Young. And one of the things that I started to recognize on her page is that she did natural soap. And one thing about me is I like natural things, you know, that come from the earth. You know, you can't go wrong with, you know, what God produces. So one of the things that I saw that she had, and it was coming up on Christmas too, was soap. She makes soap, bubble bath, and
I just made all natural shampoo for your hair to treat your scalp and like your damaged ends and stuff like that. And it has like that peppermint treatment in it.
Yes.
Where you can feel it. I
Yes.
just
Feel it and smell it. Yes. The
I
penetration.
just
Yes.
actually made that like last week.
Okay.
So I made coconut soap, coconut with lemon, oatmeal, and I made body wash like vanilla. What's the other one? cherry blossom,
And your ginger.
melon, like a coconut with ginger, and cucumber melon.
So, I'm looking at it and she's posting these pics because she's up all night making these, of course, these Christmas requests and everything. So she was talking about how tired she was and everything. Now, the thing is that, like I said, I like all natural things, but over the years, you know, I was 40-something years old and I'm still having acne. And I mean, every now and then I still have a breakout. And those of you that know me when I was a kid, as a teenager, I'm just saying, I think I was the first teen in my high school that was like drowned in foundation.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I learned about concealer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say that I still, even up until like 40-something, you know, I still had acne. Like I said, every now, you know, I get a breakout. So, you know, I'm watching and everything, and then I inbox her. I'm like, well, what's going on with this soap? You know what I mean? You know, she's like, well, it's all natural. So this is a coconut lemon soap, and I can't even remember, was it 2014, 2015?
It was 2015.
2015.
I've been making since 2015.
Okay,
Yes.
so it was 2015. Like I said, it was close to Christmas. And I was trying to figure out like something intimate to get my kids, and especially my girls, because you know my girls are of age. They were like, you know, in their 20s. My youngest was like 17, what have you. And I said I wanted to get them something intimate outside of like, you know, electronics and stuff like that. So I, you know, put in an order for the soap, and I said, okay, well, I need to try it because you were talking about the lemon
The
and the
lemon
coconut
really
and
does
stuff
for the
like that.
skin.
And I'm just gonna say this: my girls loved it, still love it, and myself, I don't know. I see you every couple months. This is since 2015. I I get my order from you, and it was one time I went without my order. I'm gonna tell you about that too, real quick. But I get my order from you like every couple of months, and it's good soap. It lasts. If y'all can see the bar, it's not a small bar. It lasts. It lathers very well. She makes it herself with the natural ingredients. There's no chemicals in it.
No animal.
You know, no animal products, all of that. And like I said, my girls love it, you know, and I really do love it. I don't even buy soap from the store. I just don't. And the only time I did is when I couldn't get to her. Her machine broke. But I think your brother, somebody
Yeah,
had another
my
machine.
cousin has like this little shoe shed, and he has like a soap machine maker in there. So you just put in, you have to actually turn the handles, which is kind of hard because it's like an old machine. So what type of soap you want? The old shape, the flat shape, the square shape. Then you have to have like your own product name to go on there. But I have to shave my soap because his product name is embedded in there. And I'm like, this is my soap. So I have to shave like the top of his
name.
called like S something. I'm like, he has not used it for years. But you know how them type of men are, they so real particular about what type of soap they use. All, and I was like, well, can I buy one of these machines? He said, girl, it's gonna cost you about $3. You better use mine until the wheels fall off. But what happened was, come to find out, he was missing one piece that cost like $1,000 to make the machine untighten and to loose and to produce faster than what it was, because I was going up there like every 2 to 3 days to see if the soap was ready to dry. It was took like 4 days. And I was just like, what? So I was like, listen, what if I invest and I just go ahead and buy it because I'm up here using it. Do what you want to do. He didn't move to Atlanta, left it to me. I was just like, okay. And I send him a couple hours every time I make a certain amount of sales. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not buying the whole machine, but I'm here using it, you know. So I just found out a hobby. You just never know what you could do, you know, with yourself. And I've been making it since 2015.
And the
I
thing
make
is,
probably like 30 bars,
and then
30 bars every 2 to 3 weeks. I
and that
think.
Christmas order, that Christmas order that I got, it wasn't for a quarter, but she put a lot of other stuff in there, and I was like, well, hey, I'm like a first time customer. And you know, sometimes you do special things for first time customers, but she put a couple other special things in there, which I really appreciated. But I'm just gonna tell y'all real quick, and then we're gonna talk with Ms. Wilson here. I went almost a month without my soap. Um, and I'm just gonna say, I love black soap also. I use black soap as well, but I noticed the difference. I had been using your soap, and this just happened just this year. I had been using soap for like almost 4 years, right? And in that period of time, it was just like ping, 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 ping. I was like,
Wow.
oh my God, what is going on here? And as a matter of fact, I was in Sundance.
Okay.
I was in Sundance. This was January.
Mhm.
It was around January. I was in Sundance, and when I tell you I had the most ultimate breakout, and I'm around all of these people. I'm running to find the closest Walmart and everywhere else. I'm like, how can I present myself? And I got this big old thing on the side of my face. Like it was just bad. And I think I texted from there, and I was like, listen, we're gonna have to make it work because I know you had recently moved. Your schedule was crazy, my schedule was crazy, but we worked it out. And since I was able to get myself,
Yo.
I'm somewhat back on track. I'm still working it out, but I'm somewhat back on track. So just to let y'all know that Yakisha does make natural soap, a lot of different, kinds. And I'm gonna let the ladies share their contact information when we get further down in the show. But yes, this is, like, I was like, you coming to the show? I need my soap. I felt like a fiend. Like, I need my soap. Like,
Because let me just say this one thing. I had this girl, this coworker at my job, right, at the hospital. She's been having a hard time with her skin. And I always see it. I want to see something to her, but I don't want to come off like, So you wait. And it's been probably about months. And she was there before I even got there. I'm like a newbie at work. And I was just like, let me just see. She was like, yeah. So one day she sat in the diet office and it's like, I go back upstairs to the doctors because we all dietitians at Penn Hospital, right? And I'm like, all right, she said, man, I'm getting tired. She said that she was like on FaceTime with her friend. She's like, yeah. Losing my, I'm silent, man. I gotta find something. I said, ooh, perfect. I said, listen, I got something for you for your skin. It's crazy because it was people already there that knew me that was putting in orders. And I just happened to have said, well, somebody getting order, they ain't gonna reach to the market because I'm gonna give her more for free. I said, listen, take this lemon soap, put it on your face, lather it up. Leave it on for probably about 2 minutes. We ain't doing it in the house. Before you go to work, leave it on and then just wash it off. She come in, she said, Keisha, because she got transferred to a whole different department just for like a couple weeks. And then she was coming back to us and she was like, yo, I need more. And I was just, look at you glowing. Like, it was scary because she would wear makeup to come to work. And that type of job, we don't makeup. She was getting eyebrows done and filling and making it
right.
So when she come in, I'm like, yo, then her acne was so bad where it was just like hickeys, small hickeys.
Wow.
And the lemon soap fights off the bacteria in your skin and it embeds inside your skin to stop you from having breakouts. And the coconut soap does it as well. And I also have coconut oil too. My son has eczema from here to here. I said, listen, drown yourself. I said, come here. I had to pour the oil on, the coconut oil, you rub it all over him. I'm like, I feel like you're like 2 years old. Do it yourself. And he's like, wow, Lord, it make my skin feel so good. So instead of buying a Aquaphor for $5 in the store, get this coconut oil what people don't know about. Like if you make it, you're perfect. But I make my own coconut oil and I have real coconuts and you can see them floating at the bottom. I actually have to buy coconuts from the store, wait till they dry out and then crunch every last one of them up. And it takes time, That I don't have a machine for, but I'm thankful for the soap because why not have one thing that can do all 3 things at once? Like psoriasis, you have a bad skin problem, it blows up your skin and everything. So I love it. Thank you.
So,
Beautiful.
Miss
Thank
Wilson.
you.
Miss Wilson, listen, this introduction, I'm going to say this. So, I reached out to Ontario and I said, listen, I'm doing the show on the 25th. Would you like to be a part of the panel? So she said yes. So I asked her, I said, when you get a chance, because I'm familiar with a lot that you have done. We're friends on Facebook and I see a lot of things that you post, but still, I ask everybody to send something over so that I can, speak about you and your career in an educated fashion. I don't want to just be like, all right, so what else you do? Well, wait, what else you do? So at any rate, so I get an email from Ontario. And I opened the email now. I opened the email, but she texted me in the interim and was like, I sent you the wrong thing. And I'm like, okay. She said, I'm going to send you the updated one, a little later. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I open up this, I open up this email and I open up the link and I look and it's her resume. I'm just going to say that that is one of the most extensive resumes that I've seen in a long time. And I was unaware of some of the things that you have done. I did see you on one of my favorite shows, and I think I posted you on my page. And y'all can call me weird or whatever, I don't care. But I watch For My Man. And
yes.
that,
seen it.
listen,
Mhm.
I'm upset because they haven't updated some of their stories yet,
Right.
but when I'm at work and I don't have anything to do, I'll just go in and sometimes I'll be listening to that in my ear while I am script writing. So I saw him, she was on For My Man, and I saw that on the list. But a lot of times, when we do befriend people on Facebook, and we meet people, we have no idea of their skill set
Yeah.
and what their background is. And sometimes when they're in your company, they're presenting to you what's needed at that given time.
Absolutely.
And I'm just going to say a lot of times not in this case, but I'm just going to say a lot of times we discount people because we don't know. Because sometimes we don't ask those questions and we just take everything for face value. Um, but I will say, I looked at your resume and it's just so extensive. Um, you've been in quite a few theater productions, um, film, as well as you're a dancer.
That's
You
my
know,
first love.
and I was getting ready to say that because I know you had mentioned many times before that dancing is your first love, and you have shared some of your videos on Facebook and on Instagram of you, and that's one of the things that I like about you is that you're very free spirited and you're not allowed to be yourself. And a lot of people are afraid to let go and just be, and be unforgiving about it. You know what I mean? Be like, this is me, this is who I am. You like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And that's just it. So your first love is dancing. And I'm going to say, like I said, I did see you on For My Man. And I felt for you in that character. I was like, Dad. I was like, Dad.
I did my
All
job.
right.
I mean, she had the whole tear thing, and the fact, and I remember it very well, the fact that you in your character and the storyline, basically what it was is that this woman, she was forced to open a safe, and in stores and stuff like that, and banks or whatever, there is like a code when you call in to get somebody to give you the code numbers. There's a certain protocol and certain ways that they're supposed to recognize that someone is trying to rob the place.
Okay.
And in the interim, girl, you had them tears flowing. She had them tears flowing because they were trying to force her to open the safe, and lo and behold, the people on the phone didn't pick up on the fact that she was being robbed or whatever. So she had to,
And my daughter was at home with a man
that was going to kill
that was
her.
going to kill
And he
her,
wasn't
and the
able
wife
to.
was told to kill me after she made the robbery. So
Yes.
it was intense. For My Man. That's when they do reenactments of real people's lives and things like that.
Real women, they say
Real
ninety
stories, but they have
percent,
reenactment.
90% of
Yeah.
women go to jail because of a man.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
the premise of the story
Yeah.
is, for my man. Why am I in prison? Let me tell you my story.
What
It is-
station does it come on?
TV One.
Okay, I think it was one of them.
And I'm just want to say it's deep. It's deep because you would never, and I'm just going to say this real quick. You would never realize or even understand or know what goes on in the mind
Yeah.
of some of these women. There was one young lady, and I'm going to say this real quick when we get back to talk with Ontario. This one young lady was working for Universal Studios, Disney. Okay. Um, her upbringing, she was like, I think the cast out in the class. Nobody really, paid her much mind or whatever. So this young guy got interested into her. And within a 2-month period, he had her driving him around and he would get out the car and he would go rob somebody. And he would shoot the shotgun off and he would get back in the car and she would ask him, well, she was very naive. you know, well, what did you do? Did anybody get hurt? And he would just tell her, oh, I was just, you know, shooting off warning shots just to scare them so that they wouldn't follow us. And here it is, he killed like 5 people. She was only with him for 2 months.
Wow.
So now she's an accomplice doing life. So just to let y'all ladies know, y'all need to ask questions. Don't you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Ask questions. But getting back to you, Ontario. So, like I said, dancing is your first love, and one of the ways that there's a couple ways that you helped me out. But I know one of the things that I met you briefly when you did detox
The first time?
the first time, the very first time, and that was on Germantown Avenue. The very first time. What year was that? Do you remember?
2014.
2014.
This is our 5th year.
And I really enjoyed the show, and I stopped you and I was saying to you that it was a much needed topic. And I was actually, how do you say, I was one of those people that
Addicted.
they phone
He was
down,
addicted.
you know? And still to this day, I'm learning. I'm still, you know, in progress. But if you notice, I'll post in the morning, and sometimes it's when I get off from work at 5 o'clock in the morning, or I'll post when I'm getting up. And then I try to stay off of social media the rest of the day, and then I'll pick a time later, and then I'll go through and see, you know, things that was going on, or what have you, because we do need that break. And that production was so needed.
Necessary.
Yes.
It was so needed, and I was taken back by the not only the adult actors but the children actors, and the way that they put forth that message was awesome, and I'm sure that they took something away from that production. So I met you at Detox, and then later on, I know you had quite a few different things going on, but one of the things that I want to point out also is that you went to LA. And you went to LA to the American film and TV market. Now, mind you, you didn't know this, but I had been following the, you know, they were advertising on YouTube. I had been following it for a long time. And I said to myself, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I got to do this. I couldn't. Financially at the time, I was getting ready for production. It was just so much going on. I just said, I can't do this, not right now. So out of nowhere, you were doing your Facebook Live. So I saw that you were there, and I was like, that's what's up, you know? And then you inboxed me, and she inboxed me, and she was like, Deeva, you really needed to be here. And I was like, wow. Like, that's what I was thinking in my mind, because it's something I really wanted to do. And then you proceeded to send me all kinds of information that was in the booklets. She was taking pictures, people. She was taking pictures of information that was in the booklets of the different panels and contact information to forward to me to let me know, listen, this is what's going on out here,
Yes.
you know, and you need to involve yourself in this. And I mean, that was special to me because you didn't have to do that. You didn't know that that was something that was on my mind. You didn't know that that was something that I really wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And she shared that information just off the bat, not even, you know, well, do you want to know this or do you want to know? She's like, Deeva, you really need to be here. I'm here ready to send you some stuff. You need to follow up with these people and da da da. And she just started sending me all of this stuff, and I'm like, wow, like wow, you know.
So the reason why I did it is because I went out there for Detox. So Detox started out as a play, but then I filmed it. And this was like the last minute thing because the theater fell through. So I'm like, listen, I have my people, we have this time, I have a camera guy, let's shoot. He did the editing and all that kind of stuff, and we created the trailer. So I went out there like, somebody's going to see this. Somebody needs to see this. Like, that's how hungry I was and how much I believe in the project and the movement behind it. But when I got there, I realized that this, even though it's a good story, what we're presenting, that's not good enough. That's not industry standard. So I'm not even going to put myself out there anymore. But when I saw what you were doing, I went to your production and I saw, I think it was Witness at the time. Was it Witness or was
I
it
think we had views, was it, have you seen one?
one of the ones? I just saw that you were in post-production and you were doing your thing. And I realized that you had moved further than I had with Detox. So my thing was, why not share? Why not? Because it's room for all of us.
What?
And where one sales agent, and I had two sales agents, like I was like sending emails like crazy. I was going to all the different conferences and was getting all this wealth of information. And I'm like, I can't, business as usual, no more of that. Like I have too much information for me to go back home and do stuff the same way.
Absolutely.
So basically what happened was, the last day, literally the last day of the conference, I came back, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I had two messages, two sales agents, like, listen, we're interested. One was like, let's meet tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow? But the conference is over tonight. Like, we're not, like, this is weird. So I went and they were like taking everything down and I'm walking into their space and like, oh, don't worry about this. Let's go and sit down. They gave me from A to Z everything that I needed. They were like, we love your project. We would love to take you on, but this is what you need in order for us to move forward. So when I walked away, I'm like, God is amazing. He is simply amazing because they didn't have to do that.
Right.
And the marketplace is really for sellers and buyers.
Right.
It's for the sales agents and the buyers, the networks, the companies, the production companies. That's what that's all about. So my thing was, if you're ready to rock and roll and you're ready to go fly. Like, here's information. Here's a list of sales agents because you're packaged, your stuff is together. Go for it.
Listen,
And that's my whole thing. Like, for me, it's a community. And I may not know you personally, but if I see where you're moving, go. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, I would do it for it. If I was gonna say do it for anybody. If it's somebody that I see is making the steps to move forward and it's quality, go. Here it is.
listen, I truly appreciated it. And I didn't forget it, and I'm one of your supporters. I see the things that you're doing. I really enjoyed seeing the stage production of Beautiful Toxicity. I remember you had at the Arts Bank, and in a short time frame, you turned it around and now it's a book. And this is the book. It's beautiful. Okay, the glare is going. Beautiful Toxicity. It's by Ontaria Kim Wilson.
That's the lighting lady.
That's what you gotta do with that.
And we are going to be having book signing,
It's a book launch,
book launch and signing on August the 29th.
July 28th.
I'm sorry.
This Sunday.
Yes.
Sorry.
You're mixing up dates.
I'm mixing up dates.
Yes.
July the 29th, this Sunday.
28th.
This Sunday.
All right. Let me say
This
this
Sunday.
clearly. Beautiful Toxicity this Sunday, right? It's going to be this Sunday. It's the book launch, and it's going to be at 455 North 5th Street, right? 455 Philadelphia, PA. And it's going to be from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So you got to make sure that you get there at 3:55.
And if they can register on Eventbrite so that they can be accounted for, so I can have enough food for everybody.
Now,
And
Well, the books are first come, first served.
Okay, yes.
Because that's a whole nother story. But first come, first served.
so, and we also have The Road to Truth. Now, that's August the 29th. Correct. And that is going to be at the AMC Theater in Plymouth Meeting. Correct? Okay. Now, I know you're still working on the rollouts of
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
we're actually about to work on a deal because we're doing like two different things. So I can't really actually say as of like right now. I'm also managing two artists, so I've got like a whole lot of things going on. And we're working with Jermaine Dolly. Jermaine Dolly's married. He's even on my show as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, I know a lot of these things that you do, filming all that, I have to be reminded that once we do sign this deal, we have to start filming all over again. Because nothing that we're showing is really actually gonna go on TV. This is more for a trailer, a sizzle reel, and just to promote and to shop it out. So I have to really get prepared. Like, you think you did hard work now, you're really actually gonna be doing some hard work. Because we have our own production company, and we're not looking for no one to come in to do anything. We have everything we need, but we still need more extra people for production. And if they can give me that and see, we talk over the budget, then, hey, it is what it is.
So look for the real lives of Philadelphia, because that's gonna be coming to you as well. I'm getting ready to take a little bit of a break, give everyone a break. We're gonna come back on the other side. We're gonna have some more communication, some more talking. And just to reiterate to you all, each young lady that's on this panel has been a help and an inspiration to my career with DEU. And I'm thankful and I feel blessed because in this industry, it's very difficult at times as women in the industry, as women of color in the industry, and to erase the stigma of backbiting and crabs in the barrel and so forth and so on. It's not true all the way across the board. In some cases it is true, but it's not true in all. And it's a pleasure and a blessing to be able to meet with people that are in the industry doing what I do, and we don't feel threatened. And it's important because the bottom line is what I write, what Karen writes, what Sharon writes, what Yakisha does, and what Ontaria does is not all the same. And what we're promoting, sometimes our messages are similar, but we create a different way of delivering it. But it's not a battle. It's not a challenge. It's about just being able to tell the story. And one of the things I want to say to you all is one of the things that I really, really learned about Sundance is this. Filmmaking and theater, television, all of that, it's about the content and how you tell the story. Film festivals, what people need to understand about film festivals also is this. When you win an award for a film, what that means, and I know for me what it means from being with Sundance, what it means is collectively, the people that were in that room watched your film and they liked what you delivered. They received what you delivered. They liked your lighting, your sound. They liked the way that you put it all together. And they judge how you put it all together and how it made them respond to it, and they give it a score. Then they move to the next one, and they watch that and they give it a score. And at the end, unless there's viewer ballots, at the end, they tally up the scores. Like, what are you scoring it on its lighting? What are you scoring it on its sound? What are you scoring it on as far as, all of those different categories is what they judge that film on. And at the end, they tally it all up, and whoever has the highest tally wins. Now, it's not a case where they watch this film and then watch this film and say, oh, I like this better than this. I didn't like this at all. That's not, the situation. It's basically what it is a tally situation. And you have to give your honest feel of what you're looking at, because you don't look at two films at the same time. So,
I've done 2 film festival judging films.
right. So it's like, people have to really get out of the mentality that they're battling each other. I've seen where people will come away from a festival or what have you, and then within a month, they're doing another film. Understand that filming takes time.
That's right.
It is a process, and it's not about winning over someone. It's about presenting that whole package that they're looking for. So when they judge on your sound, you get a 10 on that sound. Work on that sound. When they look at the colorization is major and it's important. they, you know, they judging right on that. And I'm just gonna say, like, I learned some things. I put out my first film and I did get the nominations, but I learned some things when rewatching my film, and I did some edits and I did some cuts and things on my film, then even after the award ceremony. So I'm just saying that, learn to, how do I say, recognize that we're not all in competition. It's about, you know, in actuality, I feel like if someone from Philly advances and they wins, you know, then there's an opportunity for someone else from Philly. Then maybe they open the door. You don't be like, oh, da, 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 da. No, they open the door. I know there's a filmmaker out there that just signed a major deal. I can't remember the name of the film, Joshua Coates.
Hey, Josh.
Yes, Joshua Coates, graduate of Kappa. He just, you know, signed a major deal. So it's like, you know, I love it when I see a film on the screen, especially if it's showing our city. You know what I mean? And it's showing different areas of our city. So understand and recognize, I'm just saying that, you know, we can all get along and we can all promote each other. You know what I'm saying? And we can all celebrate each other. So recognize it, pay attention to it. We're gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna get the ladies a break and see if there's some water in here. For them, we've been talking for a little while now, but when we come back on the other side, we're gonna talk a little bit more. And then we wanna let you know how that you can get in touch with each one of these young ladies and how you can continue to support them, because they got a lot going on, now and definitely, I know, for the future. So stay tuned. I'm gonna give you a little bit of music and then we're gonna come back on the other side and have some more communication. All right?